One of the two suspects in Memphis shooting that injured Houston rapper Sauce Walka, found dead, says the police. Memphis police confirmed suspect Jaden Dandridge, wanted for murder charges, is dead in Houston. So it's this dude right here. It's not the guy that you see right there on the article. That's just some random video. So this is the guy right here, Jaden. You see him on the left right here. All right. So the Memphis Police Department confirmed Monday that 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge, who was wanted for first-degree murder and attempted murder charges, was discovered deceased. No further details about how or when Dandridge died have been released. KHOU 11 News has reached out to the Houston Police Department for any more information on this investigation. MPD said the investigation is now shifted to locating a second suspect identified as 22-year-old Kevin Brown. A warrant has been issued for Brown's arrest on charges of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, and theft of property valued between $10,000 and $60,000. The shooting of Sauce Walka happened around 2:42 p.m. on March 22nd outside the Westin Hotel on LT George W. Lee Avenue. I don't know if LT is that Lieutenant George W. Lee Avenue, near the FedEx Forum in downtown Memphis. When officers arrived, they found two men with gunshot wounds. Latarian Hunt, who is a musical artist. You see him in that photo right here on the right, and you see Sauce Walka in the red. And again, this is the now deceased Jaden right here on the left. First name Jaden, last name Dandridge. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll play this video clip right here.
New details in the downtown shooting near FedEx Forum that killed Memphis rapper Sauce P and injured Houston rapper Sauce Walka. Memphis police say murder suspect Jaden Dandridge was found dead in Houston. The warrant for his arrest is now canceled. Police are now searching for 22-year-old Kevin Brown, who's been charged with murder and other crimes. The shooting happened March 22nd outside the Westin Hotel. Anyone with information on Brown's whereabouts should call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH.
All right, so I mean, one down and one more to go here. Not to make fun of the situation. Here's a quote: "Had it not been for God, my son would have been dead," Sauce Walka's father said. His real name is Albert Walker, and his dad's known to fans as Papa Sauce. Days after the shooting, police identified Dandridge as a suspect and announced charges including first-degree murder, attempted murder, and auto theft. Authorities are urging anyone with information on Kevin Brown's whereabouts to contact Memphis Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH or submit a pic anonymously. And again, Here's the deceased right here on the left, and then you get Sauce Walka in the red. And Say So P, this musical artist here on the right, who was with Sauce Walka, excuse me, Sauce Walka at the time, R.I.P. to him. So how did Say So P know Sauce Walka? Are they like a part of the same label? I haven't heard of this character. I don't know. I guess maybe they were just hanging out. I'm not seeing in the article. Maybe they're affiliated with the same record label. I'm not 100%. But I do want to show you some of these connections here that I have. Okay, so let me open this. All right, so the original shooting was March 22nd, right? And that was, let me see. Oh, we're on to April now, aren't we? So the original shooting was Saturday, March 22nd. Okay, and it looks like Sunday. Excuse me. So what is it? Monday the 31st. Let me go check the article here. Was this man found dead? All right, so it looks like Monday the 31st. So this is hitting trending, very trendy. The Memphis Police Department confirmed Monday. So they confirmed Monday the 31st that 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge, one of the two suspects wanted for first-degree murder, has died. Okay, so March 31st, and the shooting of Sauce Walka and Say So P, March 22nd, and that's according to this article here. That's what I'm led to believe. So check this out right here. You see Jaden Dandridge right here, suspect found confirmed dead on Monday. Look at that. Look at his name in gematria here. You get 125. And look at Sauce Walka, his birthday June 29th. He was born on 125 date numerology. Check that out. June 29th, 1990. 6 plus 29 plus 90, 125. And Jaden Dandridge, 125. This guy here on the left, who was wanted for they to say first degree murder, I guess, involved in this. Now I didn't see which one, or they indicate who pulled a trigger here. I didn't see, but I guess if they're both connected, one of the suspects wanted in the connection with the deadly downtown Memphis shooting. Okay, so I guess they're both involved here. So maybe when it comes down to it, we'll see what happens when they catch the other guy. If they catch the other guy, if he's still alive, we'll see what kind of charges maybe come with that. But the one guy here, Jaden Dandridge, look at that, 125, and he syncs up with the birth date, the actual day Sauce Walka was born. He syncs up with the numerology there at 125. And I thought this was interesting because Say So P murdered here, right? And look at his name, how it's similar to Sauce Walka, right? Sauce Walka and Say So P. It's kind of like it's Sauce P, but it's Say So P, and then you get Sauce Walka, which I thought was interesting. Something else I thought of too Was this Houston rapper Sauce Walka, right? And that kind of makes me think of, there used to be a show called Walker, Texas Ranger. Okay, here's Sauce Walka right here. You see, born in Houston, but then we have this show, Walker, Texas Ranger, and I think it was Chuck Norris. You see that right there? I mean, the world's fake that we live in. And look at how it was 9 seasons right there. But we have Walker, Texas Ranger. And notice the first episode date was in the month that we're in right now. As now we're in the month of April. Look at that. First episode date, April 21st, 1993. You see that? Everything's super scripted like that, okay? These are just stories coming out of a computer. But remember, I told you Sauce Walker was born in 90, and that 90 is going to hit more as we go forward. But Walker, Texas Ranger, like Waka, look at that right there. 9 seasons, and Sauce Walker born in 1990. I just thought that was a nice connection here. And, and again, their names start with S here, which is just kind of interesting, as we know all of this stuff starts with the language. So I told you Walker, Texas Ranger had 9 seasons, right? And Sauce Walka born in 90. Check this out. So one of the suspects found dead here, and they said they found him dead, right? Or they confirmed he was dead. But check this out. 90 days before Sauce Walka's birthday, and Sauce Walka born in 90, and the dude, it was confirmed dead on the 90th day of the year. And we checked the article date, March 31st, the 90th day of the year, Monday, right? And they say was discovered deceased, but no further details about how or when dude died has been released. Isn't that's very strange. Almost like, imagine there's like a protected celebrity out there. Imagine a regular person somehow, some way shoots the guy. Uh, Imagine how that could maybe upset like his handlers, or somehow, right? Imagine that, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you think you're gonna attempt to kill one of our guys?" And then they obviously say so. P ends up dying in the shooting. But then imagine, somebody just takes the dude out and they're like, oh, yeah, bam. No details, nothing like that. He's just gone. Just imagine it like that. But, anyways, dead 90 days before Sauce Walka's birthday, one of these suspects. Sauce Walka born in 90 and dead on the 90th day of the year. And I just did this breakdown. It was like the last story I broke down, and look, we got a 90 in there as well. And it's the full name of Frank Reich, Frank Michael Reich, hired as interim football coach. Also Monday, for the Stanford Stanford Cardinal in college football, you see we got a 90 with his full name, and again the 90th day of the year, and it's 90s all the way around. Now we get this story with Sauce Walka. Notice the 90 and 99 with that story trending. Well, check it out, because Sauce Walka was shot and Say So P murdered. Obviously, Sauce Walka survives. But look, that was March 22nd, and this suspect confirmed dead, just days later, right? But look, the shooting of Sauce Walka and Say So P, RIP to Say So P. Look at that, 99 days before Sauce Walka's birthday, March 22nd. 99 days before Sauce Walka's June 29th birthday. So again, you could see Frank Michael Reich 90 and 99, and you kind of see how all of these stories are connected by the numbers, as this is an example of the last breakdown I have on this channel. Check that out. 90 and 99, 90 and 99, and obviously 90 and 99, this just kind of breaks down to the 9, right? So I just thought that was interesting to add in there. And that's the real name for Say So P, Latorian Hunt. Interesting how hunt is kind of like you're hunting with a gun, right? Okay, and this was a Memphis shooting, Sauce Walka and Say So P. Check it out. Memphis, Tennessee has 189 and 72 like Latorian Hunt, aka Say So P. Check that out. And you see the 4 base ciphers being utilized right there. 189 and 72. You see that? And he was age 27, so 27 is 72 reversed. Look at how that hits. Pronounced dead at the scene. Okay, Houston rapper Sauce Walka and Latorian Hunt. Sauce Walka survived the shooting, obviously, and Sauce Walka's, you see his real name, Albert Walker Mundane. He was shot in the thigh and he survived his injuries. I'm not seeing, it's not specifying where Say So P was shot, but pronounced dead at the scene in this Memphis shooting. And again, you see Memphis, Tennessee, 189 and 72, like Latorian Hunt. And the March 22nd date with that, with the shooting, 3/22, that's kind of like 32, right? And Houston equals 32. The Houston rapper Sauce Walka found, uh, well, you know, he was just shot, right? But the Houston rapper, Houston 32, and shot on 3/22, like 32. Even you get the same numbers reverse, right? Houston 32. The 22nd of the third month. So 223, kind of like 23. Say So P 23. The suspect found dead here, or confirmed dead, Monday. But look at Jaden 23, like Say So P. And you also get that 31 right there. Shoot equals 23. Houston equals 31. So this is the other guy that they're looking for on the left. That's the picture we get with this video here. And I didn't pull up that video, but this is just some pictures that come on Google here. MPD, so Memphis Police Department, said the investigation has now shifted to locating the second suspect, 22-year-old Kevin Brown. Okay. Right here, a warrant has been issued for Brown's arrest on charges of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, and theft of property valued between $10,000 and $60,000. It's interesting because, 2 or 3 breakdowns ago, but still trending. Look, Jalen Green and the Houston Rockets defeat Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. Jalen Green, remember this suspect found dead here down on the bottom? His name's Jaden, right? One of the suspects in the shooting of Sauce Walka, Houston rapper Jaden, like Jalen, who plays for the Houston Rockets. Look how they defeat Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. Kevin, like Kevin Brown. The suspect still at large, Kevin Brown. And you get Jalen Green. You see that? Jalen Green trending 33-point game, victory over the Suns. Kevin Durant came up injured, by the way. Jalen Green, Jaden, I forgot dude's last name, but Jalen Brown, Green. You get the Houston connection. And then you get Kevin Durant, like Kevin Brown. Really? Ooh, and the father to Sauce Walka, Papa Sauce. Think about Notorious Big, right? I love it when you call me Big Papa. Okay, and remember his mother passed. And something else with this Kevin Durant, Kevin Brown, Brown like Jalen Green, Jalen like Jaden Dandridge. Even Dandridge, the guy that they found dead here, even his last name D, like Durant D. So Jalen Greenlands and Kevin Durant, it all lands every which way here. Okay? That's just interesting. But something else, Sauce Walka's full name, which is Albert Walker Mondane, that it makes me think of Antoine Walker, which is a former basketball player. So that's just another basketball connection. And remember, we had the Walker Texas Ranger connection. But look, Antoine Walker right here, which is I just thought that was kind of interesting there. Antoine Walker. That was like the first thing I thought of when I saw Sauce Walka right here, Albert A, because all of this stuff is ran on the language, right? And don't forget Walker, Texas Ranger with 9 seasons right there, and Sauce Walka born in 90, and then the suspect confirmed dead 90 days before Sauce Walka's birthday on the 90th day of the year. So you could see we'll see what happens with this other suspect. Okay, and again, this dude right here with the face visible confirmed Monday, 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge, who was wanted for first-degree murder and attempted murder charges, was discovered deceased. And this is the second suspect. I throw his name in the calculator here. Kevin Brown, guy with kind of like the mask or whatever that is up there. Look at his name equals 52, like Albert Mondane in the same reduction cipher, which is Sauce Walka here. Kevin Brown, 137, like Tennessee. Suspect in Memphis shooting that injured Houston rapper Sauce Walka. One of the suspects found dead, but Kevin Brown, the suspect at large, syncs up by the numbers here. Notice the shape of Tennessee there. Kind of looks like a gun as well, doesn't it? Okay, and Sauce Walka, his upcoming June 29th birthday and March 31st, this suspect confirmed dead. You get some eerie numbers here with both of the dates. Monday, dude confirmed dead, and then Sauce Walker's upcoming birthday. You get 79 and 43. Also 14, 44, and 43. And look at murder, morgue, killing, kill, shooting, and dead. You get all of those numbers that match up right there, and you see it all within this date numerology here. And notice the suspect found dead, one of the two in this shooting here. Look at March 31st, it was confirmed. 3 plus 31 is even 34, right? And Sauce Walka, age 34, shot in the thigh and survived his injuries. Okay. And his full name, Albert Walker Mundane. You get 77 like Houston. Again, a Houston rapper. And shoot equals 77. Houston's got 112 like his full name as well. Okay, we'll play this other video now.
Well, some new information right now about the shooting of a Houston area rapper. Rapper Sauce Walka was shot in the leg in Memphis just this past Saturday. Another man was shot and did not survive. Tonight, Memphis police say they've identified 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge as the shooting suspect. A warrant has been issued for Dandridge's arrest. Walka's dad, Albert Walker, shared these images of the rapper with KPRC2. We hope to hear more from his father about the recovery tonight at 10 p.m.
All right, so I guess I guess anything else could probably just be up for speculation. Look, he's even got look at how he even has the basketball teams, which, isn't necessarily super uncommon. But that's interesting how he even has the basketball teams on his jacket there. And Antoine Walker played for the Boston Celtics. For sure was one of the teams. I don't know if he played for other teams. But that's interesting because their names are similar. And he's even got the Celtics, one of the teams on the jacket there. That's definitely interesting there with that connection, right? Albert Walker Mundane and then Antoine Walker. And remember, we had the Walker Texas Ranger connection, and this is Sauce Walker out of Houston, Texas. I mean, right? It's like, really? And that basketball connection with Kevin Durant. Okay, Kevin Brown. Kevin Durant goes down to ankle injury. Jalen Green, like Jaden Dandridge. Green, like Kevin Brown. Durant D, like Dandridge. I mean, this stuff is crazy how it all starts with the language here. Okay, RIP to Say So P. I didn't see like where he had like this big Google page or anything. So I don't know if he's out of Houston as well. Say So P. Let's see, born where? I'm not seeing any info on. Here's his Instagram. Let's see if we could pull that up real quick. Here's the Instagram here. Say So P, but I'm not getting a lot of information on him. Nice picture there, right?
On my dashboard with a foreign bitch that still ain't got her passport.
Right, not really seeing any personal information about the character though. I guess a small player on the stage, but RIP to him.
Hey, said I done counted
There he is
100,000.
with Trippy Red right there. Take that for what it is. Okay, so again, RIP to the character there. So that's, I mean, I read everything in the article. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what's up with this video real quick before we get out of here. Is this that video that I had some of the still pictures from? Let's see if we can get this video to play. Hopefully the ad's not too long.
My friends, nothing beats our bond.
Barf,
We've been
right?
through it all together. I would be no.
Sometimes you click on the video and then it's not even what you think it is. But let's see. We have a couple more seconds here.
On Fox 26.
And tonight we're looking into records and information surrounding the death of Jaden Dandridge. Now, he's the man who was wanted by Memphis police in the shooting that injured Houston rapper Sauce Walka and killed another. Now, we are working to piece this whole thing together here. Here's a little bit of what we know so far.
Fox 26 News reporter Leslie Delaspore here, and I want to bring you an update to a story that we're working to piece together. Now, this story is surrounding the death of 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge, who Memphis police says was found dead here in Houston. And in case you're wondering what does Memphis police have to do with this, here's some background. Before the death of Jaden Dandridge, Memphis police was looking for him, and he was wanted for his role in a recent shooting in Memphis, Tennessee, that left Houston rapper Sauce Walka injured and killed another rapper, Sauce P. Now, the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office says a man by the name of Jaden Dandridge was killed Thursday, March 27th, around 10:40 a.m., ruling his death as a homicide.
Okay, so this story gives us a March 27th date, but then they announced it March 31st, which is connected with our article.
And that Dandridge died from multiple gunshot wounds.
Okay, so they're saying in this story now that he died from gunshot wounds. In our story, they weren't releasing how or when he died, which, we probably could have put two and two together.
But Friday, March 28th, Houston police put out a press release saying they were investigating a homicide that happened here at 12,300 North Freeway at the old Greens Point Mall. HPD also says that the male victim had...
They said Greens Point Mall or whatever. And remember, that connects with Houston Rocket, Jalen Green. Okay, and remember the other suspect's last name is Brown, Kevin Brown, and that connects with Kevin Durant, trending with that Houston Phoenix story as Durant comes up with the ankle injury, right? And Jalen Green was the leader on the Houston Rockets with 33 points. And even the Suns scored 109 points in that game. Shooting equals 109, man. Sauce Walka S, Suns S.
Had multiple gunshot wounds, but he was found in
God.
a dumpster at the loading dock here behind the old Macy's. Now, Houston police told me at this time they will not be releasing the name of the victim of the homicide that they were...
I hope you can hear this, by the way. It's possible that you can't hear this, and that would suck.
We're investigating from March 27th here at 10:40 a.m. They tell me they're leaving that up to the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office. Now, HPD is asking that if you have any information to please call them or Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS because this investigation...
Okay, so there's a lot going on here. I think that's about all the time I want to spend on the story, though. I think we had some great connections there. We'll see what happens with this other suspect, but this one of the suspects confirmed dead now, and we're finding out that that was also a shooting with this other article. All right, so like I said, we'll leave it there. Suspect in Memphis shooting that injured Houston rapper Sauce Walka found dead. Say the police. Right? This is what the police say. Okay? And again, RIP to Sauce P. Right there. Okay? So shout out to y'all. This is Daily Decodes 812. I appreciate being able to put this information out there. I guess first and foremost, right? So RIP to Sauce P. Sauce Walka survives the shooting. One of the two suspects confirmed dead now. We'll see what happens with the other suspect, Kevin Brown. Until next time, peace.